people, then we should strangle it in its crib right now.
Mijo,
Right.
And why just blow up the data
who's in
centers? Like,
trouble, mijo?
why is that hard? If it's actually going to become what you just described,
Mijo, why
which
you
is a threat to people and
thinking of
humanity, life, then we have a
that?
moral obligation to murder it immediately. And since it's not alive, we don't need to feel bad about that.
Well, you could say the same about the atomic bomb, right?
Yes, you could.
And you could say that we have to develop it like Oppenheimer felt before the Nazis
I
did.
love that. How'd that work? How'd that work?
Well,
I love, by the way, that people on my side, I'll just admit it, on the right, you know, have spent the last 80 years defending dropping nuclear weapons on civilians. Like, are you joking?
right.
That's just like prima facie evil.
Yeah.
If you can't, well, if we hadn't done that, then this, that, the other thing, that was actually a great savings. Like, no, it's wrong to drop nuclear weapons on people. And if you find yourself arguing that it's a good thing to drop nuclear weapons on people, then you are evil. Like, it's not a tough one, right? It's not a hard call for it's not a hard call for me. So with that in mind, like, why would you want nuclear weapons? It's like just a mindless, childish sort of intellectual exercise to justify, like, oh no, it's really good because someone else will get it. How about no? How about like spending all of your effort to prevent this from happening? Would you kill baby Hitler? You know, famously.
Right.
So I don't know why we're sitting back and allowing this to happen if we really believe it will extinguish the human race or enslave the human race. Like,
What's wrong, baby?
Yeah.
How can that be good?
Well, if God creates everything, if God created the universe and God creates people, God probably creates a process. And we think that we are very important because we are very important to us. But are we very important in the universal sense? Not really. Like, if the Earth just imploded and disappeared, if the sun went supernova and our whole solar system was blown to bits, the universe still exists.
It depends how wide you're, for sure. In our in the end,
What's
as
wrong,
Conan
mijo?
O'Brien, the famous philosopher, once said, every grave goes unvisited, which is true, and that's an important perspective. Pull out the lens a little bit. Does it really matter? No, it doesn't.
But it does matter.
Do your
It does
kids,
matter
how about
to
this?
us.
Do your children matter?
Yes, sure.
Do their lives matter?
For
Would you
us.
die for them?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Everything matters. If you're not comfortable, it matters. If you're sitting here like you don't want to wear headphones, like let's not wear headphones. That matters. Everything matters. I mean, at scale.
But what matters most, like,
right? That is the evil, right? The evil is it's the same thing as saying the necessary evil of dropping nuclear bombs on civilians is if you don't do that, then there will be more evil. Then more things will happen. It's kind of the same thing. Like it doesn't. It
comes from the same place, which is hubris. Like imagining you're God, you have unlimited power, and you have omniscience. You can imagine what the future is going to be. You can't. You're a fucking idiot. You're a person. Like you can't even make your wife happy.
Right.
Like the limits of your power are really obvious. The limits of your wisdom, same. So like, don't jump into shit, big things whose outcomes you can't predict with certainty. Like you can't know. Go in with humility. I guess that's what I'm saying. Right? So
yeah.
And do what you can, knowing that you're probably going to screw it up. And you probably won't achieve your goal, but like you should try. And on the AI question, everyone I've ever talked to, I'm hardly an expert. I don't know the computer, okay? But everybody I've ever talked to, and there's many people, like, yeah, if you get away from us and enslave us, well, let's say no to slavery. How's that? Is that a tough one? Not for me.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe a good use of nuclear weapons would be to hit the data centers. No, I'm like, why is that crazy?
It's not. It's not if you think that human beings are the end of this evolutionary